Well, good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeTune.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in your earbuds, adjust your speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. In case you didn't know, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next 3MB airs, or a piece of late breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup, and I hope you subscribe to the podcast where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the May 8th, 2023 episode of Second Cup. How are you this morning? I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate it. I am enjoying another cup of Texas pecan coffee that Beth Jones very kindly sent. Thank you again, Beth. Love this coffee. It is terrific, and I'm enjoying it in my Captain's Choice coffee mug that Alex Lopez also very kindly sent along. Thanks, Alex. Really do appreciate it. But the aroma of this coffee is just intoxicating. Absolutely fantastic. And speaking of aromas and scents and that sort of thing, we had some great shaving soap discussion on the Monday morning mailbag. New shave soaps that are out on the market, and each one of them has an outstanding scent. Of course, we talked about the Phoenix shaving soaps, the Son of Honeysuckle, which is just an absolutely fantastic scent, perfect for the summer months. They also have their new Doppelganger Green Label shave soap that's out. That's an homage to Paco Rabanne's Pour Homme. That's an absolutely fantastic, refined, yet very rugged scent. I describe it as something that's perfect for an evening out. I absolutely love that. Denton Magic has a couple of shave soaps out, Masters of the Green and Fresh Unlimited, both great scents. But the one that came in at the last minute that I wanted to highlight to you is the Wet Shaving Store's offering of Smiles Elixir's Black Heart Artisan Shave Soap. This is an absolutely wonderful scent, and it looks like it's very, very popular right now. Now, here are the scent notes: succulent strawberry and pineapple, rich tonka beans, sensual leather, exotic dragon fruit, delicate champagne, and peony. Really a fantastic scent. And as I say, it looks like it's very, very popular because Andy Amaya, the owner of the Wet Shaving Store, sent me this late note, and he mentioned, so it looks like this is selling out soon, so we will be opening up pre-order for the next batch. Just in case you can still mention that, please do. Well, Andy, I'm happy to pass that along. Folks, get up there to the Wet Shaving Store as soon as you can and put in an order for Black Heart Artisan Shaving Soap. It really is a fantastic scent. I've already had a shave with it. I'm getting the review ready to post this week. The shave soap and the aftershave were both wonderful. I recommend getting both of them. Love the scent, love the performance of both the shave soap and the aftershave. And as Andy indicates here, it's proving to be very, very popular. It's selling very, very quickly. So get up there, put in your order, and if for some reason it is sold out, get in line for pre-order because it really is a terrific shaving soap. I so enjoyed my shave with it. And when you see the review, you'll understand exactly why. So Andy, thanks very much for passing word along regarding the popularity of Black Heart artisan shave soap from the folks at Smiles Elixir. You can get it, folks, at the Wet Shaving Store. We'll have a link below in the description. Thanks again, Andy. Really do appreciate it. Viewer Tyler Fike checked in and he wrote, "Hello, Mark. I came across this razor the other day on Amazon and I ordered one. It hasn't arrived yet, but I was curious if you've ever heard of it." Now, he is talking about the Lord L5 razor. This razor has a Gillette Tech style head. You've probably seen me review the Lord L6. I really like the Lord L6 a lot. We'll get into that in just a minute. But here Tyler continues, "I love my Lord L6, and I was debating on ordering another one for a spare in case mine eventually bites the dust. It looks to me to have a slightly different handle than the L6 and a Gillette Tech style head. I'm really looking forward to having a shave with it. I'll let you know what the results are when that happens. As always, have a good one and take care, Tyler." Yeah, I have never used the L5, the Lord L5, Tyler. Never used it. I love the Lord L6. As I mentioned, it's a terrific beginner razor. Great razor for beginners. Anyone who's starting the traditional wet shaving, you're looking for a low-cost razor, the Lord L6 really is a very good choice. It's not a lot of money. It's like maybe, $7, $8, something like that. And it gives a nice, smooth, mild shave. The alignment and balance of the razor blade are very, very good in the razor head. Quality control seems to be very, very good at that price point. And again, it's a great razor for travel. You can take this, throw it in your DOP kit, travel with this. If it gets confiscated by TSA, no great loss. It's only a few bucks. But when you get to your destination, it'll offer a really, really nice, close, comfortable shave. Now, the L5 I have not used. And just looking online, I'm seeing a little bit of debate regarding the aggression of this razor. Some wet shavers say that it is as mild as the L6, and others are saying that it is a little more aggressive than the L6. Here's a review I was able to pull from Amazon from an individual named Mr. Charles L. Howell. Now, he posted this on February 18th, 2014, and since it's up there and it's public knowledge, I'm sure it's okay to share here on the podcast. He wrote, "My Lord razor arrived today, an L5 model, Gillette Tech style, and not an L6 model, Mercur style. Excellent. The L5 is the one I wanted. It gives me an excellent close shave, no problems, and I'll bet it wouldn't break if I dropped it, as I've read some expensive razors are prone to do. The screw is certainly long enough to attach the handle to. I'm happy to have a tool that does a job well. By the way, blade alignment was perfect." And he also here has, on the April 20th update of this post, "This has become my everyday razor. Perfect for my needs." Now, you can go on up there and read the full review there. I've edited out a few things that probably were unnecessary for our little discussion here. But if you go up there and look for an L5 on Amazon, it's not going to come up. The L6 will come up. What you need to look for is the Lord Premium Double Edge Metal Razor. Now, I'll link that below so you can find it just by clicking on the link. But if for some reason that doesn't come through in the description, just look for the Lord Premium Double Edge Metal Razor, and the L5 should come right up. Again, Tyler, I haven't used the L5. I'm very, very curious to hear your results and your experience. Is it as mild as the L6? Is it more aggressive than the L6? That's what I'm really interested in hearing. I know that any of the vintage Gillette Techs that I have used have, for the most part, have been on the mild side. Now, some of the Gillette Techs, some of the vintage Gillette Techs that are pre-World War II, say from the late 30s, that sort of thing, these are a little more aggressive than the Gillette Techs made in the 40s and 50s and 60s and so on. So perhaps the L5 will have a little more aggression reminiscent of to those earlier Gillette Tech models. I'm not entirely sure, but really, let us know how it shaves for you, Tyler. Really do appreciate you passing along word regarding this razor. Again, another great selection for travel if it delivers the kind of shave that you want. I've read online from some other folks who have used the L6, and the L6 was a little too mild for them, but the L5 offered a little more aggression, and that's the one they like. So two great offerings from Lord, the L6 and the L5. Do they shave the same, or is one a little more aggressive than the other? Tyler, really looking forward to hearing what your thoughts and experiences are regarding both of these razors. Thanks very much. We'll share that with listeners and viewers after you send word. Thanks again, Tyler. Really do appreciate it. Well, as long as we're talking about razors that are low cost and travel friendly and easy to take along with us in our DOP kits, and we won't be upset if they get misplaced or confiscated because of the low cost of them, but also deliver a great shave. Here's something very interesting that I received from the folks at Supply about a week or so ago. This came from the Supply R&D team. Now, this is the Supply Single Edge Injector Safety Razor that I've reviewed, as well as the Supply Pro Injector Razor. Love both of those razors, and if you've watched the channel, listened to the podcast, you will know that whenever I do a head shave, my go-to is the Supply SE Single Edge Injector Razor. Now, I do use other double edge safety razors to do a head shave, those double edge razors being on the mild side. For instance, the Metaphor. I love the Metaphor, and if you haven't had a chance to check out the Phoenix Shaving Brass Metaphor, I'll have a link to it below. That's an absolutely stunning razor, and it is mild and efficient, and it's mild enough for me to use for a head shave. But really, my go-to is the Supply SE. I'm assured of always getting a great head shave with that razor. No nicks, no cuts, no irritation. Absolutely love it. Anyhow, the folks at Supply sent out this email. Hi, Mark. We're back with another product possibly coming your way. But before we move forward, we need your expert advice. This is the most important part of the product development process for us. We never want to make something without your feedback. Now, obviously, this is a mass email that they're sending out to a lot of different customers, but they're personalizing it, and I understand that. Anyhow, they're continuing here. So please fill out our survey. It should only take about 2 minutes, but it will help us continue to bring you the highest quality grooming gear. Thank you so much for being an amazing customer. We couldn't do what we do without you. Live Free, the Supply R&D team. So I did take the survey and I gave them some feedback. Very interesting. Now, they had a series of questions and they were correct. It only took about 2 minutes. Here was the first question. Let's start with an easy one. How long have you been a Supply customer? I've been a Supply customer for a couple of years now, I think it is. How often do you shave was the next question. How much does it matter to you that your razor is made with sustainable materials? Now, that was an interesting question. You can kind of see the direction we're going in here, perhaps. Here's the next question that really made me sit up and take notice. How much does your razor being carry-on friendly, TSA approved, matter to you? Now, all these questions have a rating of 1 to 5, 1 being not so much, 5 being absolutely. And of course, I gave that a big 5. I would love to have a carry-on friendly TSA approved razor that's going to allow me to get a great traditional wet shave, be able to throw that in my DOP kit and my carry-on. Absolutely. The next question kind of was a little bit of a curve. How much does a secure grip on your razor handle matter to you? Well, that really didn't kind of fall into a sequence that I was thinking about. But yeah, I want a nice grip on my razor. Absolutely. I know that there are a lot of smooth-handled razors out there that still offer a really nice grip, even though they're smooth, possibly because of the contouring of the handle and maybe some of the channels and rivulets kind of cut into it, that sort of thing. But here's the question that really, really made me sit up. If we offered a disposable, eco-friendly version of the Supply SE, would you be interested in using it? Yes, absolutely. I would love to use a disposable, eco-friendly version of the Supply SE. If it's going to give me a wonderful traditional wet shave with the single edge, it's going to be TSA approved, eco-friendly, obviously. Allow me to throw that in my DOP kit, put that in my carry-on, and not have to worry about it being confiscated, and I can get into my destination and get a great traditional wet shave. Absolutely. Now, their final question here is the following. How much would you be willing to pay for a 5-pack of disposable Supply SEs? And then they have selections here of less than $8, $8 to $10, $10 to $12, or more than $12. And then they ask for, they finally wrap up by wanting to know, is there any specific feature you'd like to see on a disposable razor? But hey, maybe they have something in the works. Maybe they are planning on a eco-friendly disposable version of the Supply SE. Wouldn't that be great? That would be absolutely fantastic. You could buy a 5-pack or however they're going to offer them and throw that in your DOP kit and get a number of great shaves while you're on the road traveling. I would love to see this, and I'm hoping this is something that they will be launching soon. I haven't received any follow-up at all regarding this, so I don't know where they are in the developmental process of this potential product. But wow, I sure hope that if they do launch something like this, I get some access to it so I can share it with all the viewers out there, because that sounds something that I would definitely use if I were traveling by air and only taking a carry-on. I would absolutely pack away one of these disposable SE razors based on the great shaving experience I've had with the Supply SE injector razor. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some updates in the near future. Really excited about this one. A possible eco-friendly disposable version of the Supply SE razor. We'll keep you up to date as soon as word comes in. Well, in keeping with talking about the Supply SE injector razor, John Kaczynski wrote the following to me, and he allowed me to share it with all the listeners and viewers. Hi, Mark. I hope all is well. I've been doing head shaves with the Supply razor and have been very happy with it, with one exception. I have a small mole on the back of my head that gets very irritated from shaving. After watching the 3MB where you introduced this razor and the subsequent reviews, I figured this would be a perfect option for my head shaves, and that for less than $20, how could I go wrong? Now, he is referring to the Pre-Tech foil razor that we reviewed, a few weeks ago. We talked about it on the Monday Morning Mailbag. I'm holding it in my hand right here. It has 3 speeds. It's a foil head shaver. It's less than $20. It is very nicely built, very rugged, and again, a great option to throw in your DOP kit and travel with, take on your carry-on. Something like this electric razor will not be confiscated by TSA, and it's allowed. A really nice option. He continues here. Well, we'll back up again. After watching the 3MB where you introduced this razor and the subsequent reviews, I figured this would be a perfect option for my head shaves, and that for less than $20, how could I go wrong? I was very pleasantly surprised. Such a low price, yet it gave me a better head shave than a much pricier brawn razor ever did. Plus, the mole on the back of my head has healed and is no longer bothering me. In my opinion, this is a great product at an amazingly low price. I'm not sure if replacement heads are available, but for this price, I'll just buy another one when the blades get dull. Thank you for introducing this razor. It's a definite winner. P.S. I did have the mole looked at, and it's benign. But since it was bothering me, he referred me to a dermatologist to have it removed. This is a reminder for all us head shavers. A bald head is very susceptible to sun damage, and it's wise to make sure it's protected. Again, Mark, thank you for all the good that you do. Sincerely, John Kaczynski. John, thank you very, very much for the kind words. I'm glad this Pre-Tech electric razor worked for you. And again, it's getting some great reviews. It's less than $20. And we have one of these electric razors in the 10,000 subscriber price package. My thanks again to all the folks at Pre-Tech for sending along this razor for the price package. It is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful razor. And we also have another electric razor from the folks at Pre-Tech. This is what they call their grooming set, and I'm holding it here in my right hand. Well, here, let me just give you kind of an audio introduction to both of these razors. Here is the Pre-Tech foil head razor. And it has 3 speeds. That's 7,000 RPM, 7,500 RPM. That's 6,500 RPM, and back up to 7,000 RPM, okay? And here is the rotary head Pre-Tech electric razor. There it is right there. And it comes with 2 other attachments, a trimmer attachment and also a nose and ear trimmer attachment. So this is another good one. We've got a couple of reviews already shot, and all I have to do is edit those and get those posted. And I hope to get that done this week. But yeah, both of these are really, really good options for throwing into your DOP kit and traveling with, because electric razors are TSA compliant. They're allowed to be in your carry-on bags. And yeah, 2 really, really good options. But John, great to hear that the Pre-Tech foil razor, this one right here, works for you. And yeah, I agree. It's a great price point, less than $20. And I'm not sure about replacement blades, but you're correct. If for some reason the heads get dull, you can just buy another one for $20. So yeah, a really nice solution, especially if you're a head shaver and you accidentally nick your head or maybe you bump your head, or whatever the situation is where you cannot comfortably shave your head with a safety razor. It's a great option. One of these electric razors, either the Pre-Tech foil razor or this one right here, the rotary razor, the grooming set. Either one of these will do a really nice job of giving you a head shave until you can get back to using a safety razor. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention. Both of these razors are wet and dry. You can use them dry, you can use them wet with a little bit of a lather, just a little thin coating of lather on the head. That really, really helps to improve the performance of these razors. So I just wanted to make note of that. And that's why I said I got a couple of reviews done on each of these, because I do a review wet and dry. We've already done the Pre-Tech foil razor right here. We've already done the wet and dry reviews for those, but the rotary head razor, we're getting both of those reviews ready as I'm recording this. So John, thanks very, very much for the kind email. I'm so glad the razor works for you. Folks, I'll have a link below to both of these. They're both great. And thanks again, John, for confirming how wonderful the foil razor is, the Pre-Tech foil razor. Thanks again, John. Really do appreciate it. Now, before I get out of here, I want to recommend a movie to you. And because King Charles was coronated this past weekend, this past Saturday, I thought a terrific movie to take in would be the one I'm holding in my hand right here. I have the DVD. I saw this movie many, many years ago when I was a young man. It came to our public television station commercial free. And I just happened to be at home and I turned it on and I was riveted. And I had been looking for the movie ever since. And thankfully, it's been restored and it's been brought to DVD and also streaming services. The movie is Beckett, starring Richard Burton and Peter O'Toole. And it says here on the back of the package, for the first time in more than 40 years, experience two of the greatest actors of our time in one of the most honored motion pictures in history. Peter O'Toole delivers an electrifying performance as the mischievous Henry II, who surprises England by naming his fellow rogue and trusted confidant, Thomas Becket, Richard Burton, in a career-defining role, as Chancellor. But when Henry next appoints him Archbishop of Canterbury, Becket shocks the world by openly defying the king with his newfound faith and compassion. This movie is fantastic. The acting is top-notch. The overall story is very cerebral. It's riveting. It's really a terrific, well-made motion picture. Now, the DVD that I have has commentary by Peter O'Toole. So if you're able to get that, and I'll link the DVD below, if you're able to get that, it's very interesting to hear his comments regarding the movie. And yes, there are a couple of process shots, so to speak, that kind of made Peter O'Toole cringe a little bit. Okay, those are forgivable. You can just get past those. Without his commentary, you really don't notice it, but he notices it. And yes, it might make the film look a little dated. However, it's just an excellent, excellent movie. Again, wonderful acting performances and just riveting drama that keeps you in your seat. It's the kind of movie you will watch from beginning to end without getting up. Absolutely. I tend to watch a lot of movies in pieces. I'll watch 20 minutes and then I'll turn it off and I'll go on to something else and then I'll come back a day later and I'll pick up where I left off. Beckett is the kind of movie where I will watch it from beginning to end. It really is that engaging. And Peter O'Toole and Richard Burton are just perfect in their roles. So check it out. Beckett, starring Richard Burton and Peter O'Toole. I'm not going to tell you any more because I don't want to ruin this movie for you. If I say any more about the ins and outs of what goes on in this movie, it's going to ruin it for you. Just pick it up. Either watch it on a streaming service or rent the DVD or pick up the DVD. It really is a terrific movie, very satisfying, and different from what you might be watching right now. Refreshingly different. It really is just great to watch two wonderful actors just fill their roles and bring these characters to life. And they do so without any whiz-bang effects, harsh language, anything like that. It is really very, very good. Beckett, starring Richard Burton and Peter O'Toole. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who contributed to today's show. And I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.